I'm here with Judy Howell, who I met out walking out in the edges of Sonora. And I gave her some glow tracts, and we got in a conversation, and I found out that God has brought her to be a Seventh-day Adventist just recently. So Judy, just tell us something about how God did that.
Well, I was about 57 years old. I was serving lunch to the seniors, and I was working with a young man who was very special, but I didn't know how special. And he said, you know, I've gotten to know you a little bit, and I think that if I give you this book, The Great Controversy, it was the big flat book, which I like. And he said, I think you'll read it. I said, I will. So I came home and I put it on the table where all the Bible, you know, all the study stuff is. And I opened it and started reading it. And I realized right from the gate that Christ was bigger than I could ever imagine, and that he wanted me to keep the Sabbath and shalom. And this young man was an instigator. It took me 18 years of studying the Great Controversy, because at that time I had taken custody of children. I was still very busy, and now I'm 76, and I just turned to the Seventh-day Adventist in 2019, somewhere
Wow.
in there, because the Lord called me forward. He said, you've had enough time to study. You know the truth. Come forward. And then I read, come out of her, my people, lest you partake of her plagues. And I said, well, we're not going to go there. So I'm coming out. So I went to my church, and I started telling my pastor and the people, and it wasn't too acceptable. It was very much a controversy in the world, because the world is kind of stupid and slow, and they hadn't caught on. But God is calling his people, the ones that really love him. There's a lot that say they love him, but there's a lot that really need to come forward.
Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
sharing this.